Alright, this is a really quick video on sentence frames. I'm going to share these two Google documents with you so you can read through them too and have them as a resource. But in this class for writing, just to help you become better writers, stronger writers, I'm going to provide you with sentence frames for analyzing and talking about texts, for forming your own writing and things like that. And what they are just a frame, like a formula for writing in English. Um, you can read through this. I'll read through some of it in this little lesson, but basically it's a tool. It gives you the basic outline of a sentence and it has blanks. Your job is to fill in these blanks with your own ideas and thoughts. So, as an example, one of our sentence frames for tone, which is our main objective this week, might look like, and it's right here, the overall mood and tone of this book is, so like The Crucible, is blank. And then you're supposed to insert the mood or tone in this blank. I know this because in the text it says blank, text evidence. So what you're supposed to do with this is you can copy it pretty much as is, but in this blank you have to insert a particular word. So describing mood or tone, so it's probably going to be an adjective, might even be a noun. So if I was writing directly into this, I would use this like this: the overall mood and tone of this, or I'll say The Crucible is, and now it's Mr. Taylor has done all this for me. Thank you, Mr. Taylor. You're so great. Um, Now you have to insert what you think it is using text evidence, which is what this is. So I might say um, is critical, and I mean critical of religion back then. I know this because in the text it says more. I don't have the text with me, but I have an example down here. We'll say better minds than his, and this is what we were talking about in the last lessons. This is Reverend Hale, occupied their thoughts with the invisible world. So that's actually a paraphrase, but I'm going to pretend like it's an actual quote from The Crucible. So this is my text evidence. So this is what this little box in parentheses is looking for. Text evidence. If it's in parentheses, that's what you need to think of and plug into the blanks here. So the overall mood and tone of The Crucible is critical. I know this because in the text it says, better minds than his occupied their thoughts with the invisible world. And then I might even go on to explain my analysis of this. So this shows Miller's critical tone and view of religion because he thinks that people should spend their time thinking about the visible world, the real world, not the invisible world, period. So this is just my example of how to use this sentence starter, sentence frame to help you write about tone. So keep an eye out for these sentence frames because we're going to use them to write about themes, about diction, about tone like we are now, but of many, many different things in this class. So I'm going to go ahead and take this out because you're going to get the document just like this. And again, if you forget what I said in this video, you can always read through this. Here's another example. The overall mood and tone of this section is anger. I know this because in the text it says, I felt a hatred toward my brother like I had never felt before. I could not believe that he would go and slash my car's tires just because I ate the last piece of pizza. Then I might analyze, like I said, with the example I made up here. So I might say word choice, hatred shows that he's angry. This disbelief here shows that he's angry, and even capitalizing the letters. So that's the kind of the explanation of what sentence frames are. For this week, you will be using the document that looks like this, and it's attached below. There are examples at the bottom, but you have 4 frames for talking about tone, mood, point of view, and word choice, and how it creates a specific effect, particularly, specifically tone. So here are the blanks, here are the things you need to come up with in the parentheses. These guys are parentheses, these little half circles. So yeah, use them. They'll help you write more clearly. They'll help you get better grades because it's clear writing. The grammar's done for you. You just have to come up with the main ideas here. If you have any questions, come find me in the lab, send me a message, do what you gotta do.